Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has protected this deen through people. And that also is the same when it comes to the sacred knowledge. When the Prophet ﷺ said, "Inna Allah la yantizu hadhihi al-ilm intiza'in, like yantizuhu bi mawt al-ulama." Allah does not take this knowledge away by taking it away from the hearts of by taking out the hearts of scholars or people, but rather it's lost by the death of people, by great scholars. And in the same way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also brings khair to Ummah of the Prophet ﷺ through people. And this is why it's a saying that's mentioned when it says that al-ulama wa umara umatan min hadhihi al-ummah. That is, ulama and the umara. Umara is a plural of amir, meaning the rulers, are like two twins of this ummah, meaning that one cannot be completed without the other. The alim يعني يحكم على قلوب الأمراء والأمراء يحكم على أبدان المحكوم. That is, the scholars, they rule over the hearts of the rulers, and the rulers rule over the hearts, not the hearts but the bodies of the rule, the people. Yeah? So us looking into this and looking at incidents of the people of the past, the great rulers of the past, we have to realize one thing, that the rulers of the past and the pious amongst them were those who wished to venerate the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make it the most pious and to elevate it over all other words. And these were people who were mujahideen. And when we hear about jihad fi sabilillah, the great battle, or those who engage in great battle, and those who are in struggle for the word of Allah can be dominant, you will find that these people also had a way to Allah which was similar to the way of the Sulaha. This is why the scholars actually of Tasawwuf and of Tazkiyah and of Suluk, the way to Allah, the people of purity, they say a person can be a wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through battle, as he can be a wali of Allah through dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is why it's mentioned that a mujahid can also have a wajd, also have a spiritual state in battle, as the Ahl al-Dhikr and the Ahl al-Salah can also have wajd in their dhikr. But the forms of these two are different. So when we read about and look at the lives of these people, we should realize that these were great individuals whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through their struggle and their sincere and the great and elevated intentions for bringing nafa' to the ummah of the Prophet ﷺ, Allah recorded their names in history. And if we hear only some words of these great people, for example, we hear Harun Rashid. And unfortunately, Harun Rashid has become some sort of fictional person in which people only associate him in their minds with the stories of 1001 Nights, Alf Layla wa Layla. And we should know that that's all concoction, and obviously it's just a work of fiction. Even though he appears in there as a figure, he's a historical figure, but what you find in those works is basically a fictitious work. So people associate him with that, unfortunately. Especially since the West does not want any particular remnant of the remembrance of our great scholars and our great umara. If you go up and down the country in the UK, you will find more than 18,000 war memorials. 18,000 war memorials from the First and the Second, World Wars. And that tells you something about commemorating our great historical events and our great historical figures is something every nation does. Our commemoration of our great historical events and our great historical people has two parts to it. First of all, we look at the historical aspects, and then we look at the basis and the wisdom that can be drawn out from that incident, and the wisdom and their struggles that we can mimic, or we can aspire to, or we can attempt to even understand their great victories and their great struggles. It's only through that understanding, inshallah, we will take benefit from what we will look at, inshallah. And from this is why the scholars, when they mention, they say, بِذِكْرِ الْأَوْلِيَاتِ تَنَزِّلُ الرَّحْمَةِ. They say by the remembrance of the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, rahmah descends. And some of these people we're going to look at, MashaAllah, they are from the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.